Hello everybody, in today's video I'm going to be talking all about the PPSH and why it is highly regarded as the best SMG in the game for Call of Duty World War II. As I go through the video, some of the things I'm going to be talking about, I am going to be playing TDM throughout this entire video, but I did want to highlight some of the reasons I actually do not enjoy nor do I like to play Team Deathmatch within Call of Duty World War II. As far as previous games in the past, that's probably what I played 95%. Almost 100% of the time, I never touched Domination, Kill Confirm, Hardpoint. I never touched anything prior to World War II, probably because that mode worked efficiently and it worked really well. For whatever reason, based off map design and other variables, Team Deathmatch is possibly the worst mode, in my opinion, for Call of Duty. And I'm going to kind of show you some of those reasons why, and throughout the video, you're going to see this weapon highlighted in the best way possible. As far as the class setup goes, I'm going to be using extended mags, advanced rifling, and rapid fire. And this 3 attachment setup is the best one, I believe, for this weapon across the board, just because of how lethal it makes it. Rapid fire allows it to outgun pretty much all the other SMGs, except for maybe the Thompson or the WAF at close point blank range. It'll pretty much destroy all the other SMGs if you land your shots. And as you see in the background, I just got sniped. This guy is literally just sitting as a spawn with Mountain. And that's one of the worst parts about Team Deathmatch. In other Call of Duties, everyone seemed to move. Obviously, you had some campers and camping spots, but literally these people do not want to move. This guy is literally sitting in his spawn with a sniper rifle, and he has 2 guns. He actually has the rifle per basic training, so he could switch to another gun, probably a shotgun for that close range, close quarters. And that's what people do. They don't ever leave the spawn. They don't ever push any objective because there isn't one. Even though they're going for kills, they're perfectly content going 8 and 20, 8 and 15. It doesn't matter. They're just going to sit in their spawn and not move, which really slows the flow of the game. Because then I got to run 20 seconds to the other side of the map before I actually run into anybody. Right here, this guy finally pushes a spawn, totally melt him with this gun. And then I go and push again, and I'm looking. And with this gun, I'm not going to be able to outgun a sniper rifle at long distance range. I have to play a little bit smarter, reposition. You can see right here, I'm kind of having to push back. And again, I get sniped. And that's what this dude is literally laying down in his spawn. In any other mode, you're not really going to see that unless someone's just totally avoiding the objective altogether. But I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead. This was kind of an annoying aspect that I wanted to get into before I get into the video. So as we get into this actual match, what I wanted to focus on is some of the aspects of Team Deathmatch that are just ruined in this game. Since the kill count only goes up to 75 and not 100, it totally devalues any kind of score streak. So I got to use lower streaks, because if I got a ball turret gunner, basically I'd get about 5 or 6 kills with the ball turret gunner, and the match would be over. If I ran paratroopers, bombing run, all that stuff, it basically is absolutely useless unless I am on such a bad team that there's that many kills available. So that's one of the other things. The other thing is, if you're going to go for a V2 rocket, you kind of got to play dumb at times to actually play fast. You can't actually play smart, because what happens, it's only like a 5 or 6 minute match. So if you die after you've gone on a 5 or 6 streak, there's not enough kills left in the match if you even have semi-competent teammates. So let's go ahead and kind of look at some of the gameplay. I'm done talking about Team Deathmatch. If you agree with me completely or you don't, go ahead and leave that down in the comment section below. I'd love to know your thoughts. Obviously right here, I'm just totally melting people with this gun. We all know this gun melts. This is the best class setup absolutely for it. Anyone who tells you otherwise, that you need quick draw and all the other stuff, it's complete nonsense. With these attachments is the absolute best setup. You will outmelt pretty much every other SMG. Like I said, there are a couple exceptions at certain ranges, but for the most part, you're going to be melting and destroying your enemies. The base gun for the PPSH is good all on its own. The extended mags helps you to get those extra kills because you need that 52 clip. It's actually one of the biggest clips as far as the game goes for all the SMG class. So a lot of them will put it at 45. This gives you 52, which is an extra little magazine there. Just reading the mini map, kind of controlling them, getting a position where I feel like I'm not going to get killed if I call on this fighter pilot, because I do want to maintain my streak. And obviously in Team Deathmatch, like I said, it's very important to make sure that you get those streaks and maintain them. I go ahead and call in the streak, go ahead and get a little bit of a fighter plane action and go ahead and kind of destroy some of these people. I only got 2. Those guys were able to hide under the bridge pretty effectively. And then I'm just kind of positioning, watching where my teammates are. I'm still spawning over there by bridge. The spawns will flip if we go too deep in there, and I'll kind of give you an idea when that happens. So it looks like my teammate's pushing heavily into the spawn, and the spawn is about to flip. So go ahead and take that guy out. Looks like my teammate just killed the last remaining guy in their spawn, so I figure, hey, I'm going to catch him coming off a spawn. You can see there's one there. He just got killed or left the match. And then I go ahead and take out the other one. So, yep, you can see on the screen he just left the match. And for whatever reason, spawns flipped. So now we're repositioning, going to the other side. The teammates are not positioned in a good way. There's 2 people in the main spawn on the left, and then there's about 2 or 3 people in our main spawn on the right. So this kind of makes the spawns kind of wonky. They should be right in front of me. And then if they're not here, they're going to be back on pillar side right where I just walked through. One of the hardest things that I find people, it's very difficult for them to do, is leave a gunfight when you're not in position to win that gunfight. So right there, I was able to take that guy out, clean him up. Looks like I'm pushing through here. The teammate already took that guy out. This guy's on the head glitch. I do manage to land my shots. And then I go ahead and move to a little bit of a different angle. And then I'm getting shot in the back. There's literally teammates there. And I got shot in the back. So that's because they were kind of pushing towards mid. And then it flipped the spawn. The guy was able to come around from that side. So continue to go back and forth. I go ahead and look at the class. And then obviously go back with the class. Keep it. Made sure I stayed with it. And then continue to play. As far as the actual map goes, I'm still running around, kind of trying to run and gun a little bit. And then as I position, I'm looking at where everyone's at. There shouldn't be anyone behind me. People are pushing forward from this side, and then I kind of continue forward. My teammate's coming from that side, so the spawn might actually flip at this point. And then there you see it. The spawn just actually flipped. So I'm thinking all these things is in my head as I'm playing. How are the spawns? Where are my team? Where are the enemies? Where are my team? Where's the enemies? That wasn't a gunfight I was going to win. I go and reposition. My teammate ended up taking him out. I got that assist. And then I go ahead and re-push back in. You can see my teammate's going to ruin the spawn again. He's literally standing in their spawn, but he died this time. So he didn't get a chance to ruin it. They're still spawning out back this side. You can see the range on this thing just absolutely shreds the enemies. So now they're spawning over by the cabin side because the guy was a little too deep in the spawn. My teammates are a little too far stuck in our own spawn because, again, in team deathmatch, people don't really move. Now they spawn pillar because everyone's moving around, rotating in weird ways. And I go ahead and reposition. We got the little advanced recon plane out because we got multiple recon planes up. And then I go ahead and reposition again to call in my fighter pilot. So you can kind of see the process of my thought process. It's getting kind of ruined because teammates just run sporadically. There's a method to the madness, hopefully, for most people. That they just do not understand. One thing I did want to touch on is if you were in my live stream, you did get a chance to see this video, and you know I love when people are able to come in and check out, and I can actually interact with anyone who's a subscriber and watches my videos. Well, one of the guys said, well, it's not really rocket science how to read the spawns, how to play the game, and I'll completely argue the complete difference because just by playing smarter, you're going to actually be able to improve your gameplay significantly. And if it wasn't rocket science and if it wasn't advanced thinking, then everyone would just know how to play. But obviously my teammates are moving in ways that are totally ruining the spawns, making it a little bit unpredictable, allowing people to spawn behind me when there is a vacancy because they've just created a void by pushing all the way to the other side. So you got to be really sharp on how to play the game, and a lot of people do not know how to play the game effectively. So flipping spawns is typically a no-no unless you're putting yourself in power position. Obviously everyone left. Everyone was kind of mad, I guess. Had a 22-1. Pretty good match. I do have another match following up. Again, another team deathmatch. This is my immediately follow-up match. Hopefully you're enjoying the video. If you are, go ahead and click the like button. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. Turn notifications on. All that good stuff. So as far as this video goes, obviously a different map. This one is heavily geared towards submachine guns, and a lot of people obviously love to run shotguns. You won't run into people running sniper too often. You can see that guy's running a sniper, but he's being weird, I guess. I don't know. People shouldn't be running snipers on this map. You should pick the weapon that best suits the playstyle of the map, and snipers aren't the way to go because basically that means you're going to be standing in one spot, pre-aiming, and then just sitting there until the match actually goes on. Obviously, the match starts a little bit slow. Matchmaking's been weird recently. I don't know if you guys are experiencing the same thing. Let me know down in the comment section if you've been having the same issue or it's just happening to me. So right here, that guy doesn't even notice me. I walk right up on him, kind of shoot him, melt him pretty quickly. He doesn't even turn. I don't know. A little bit slow reaction there. So now it looks like the spawns are flipping this way. When you only have 3 people in the lobby on your team and 3 on the enemy team, spawns become hard to predict. So I'm looking around, kind of peeking, and then I know that guy who's right there. There's still open spot over here. There should be coming around this way. So I kind of already prepared myself that someone should be coming around, and I just kind of keep peeking, and that's what you got to do. Pre-aiming is huge, and one of the main reasons I never run quick draw on any of my classes, even on the ones that have slower aim down sights while sprint out time, all that good stuff, I do not run it on there. Just because I feel that there's other attachments that are better suited for actually playing smart and playing still aggressive. You can play aggressive, you just got to pre-aim everything and get in the habit of pre-aiming. People just keep coming and going into the match. You can kind of see that happening. But the match does get full and I continue to melt people. And you can see this gun is just overall powerful. One reason I did want to touch on the pre-aiming aspect is I got there in the comments section in one of my other videos where the guy said, hey, can you help me out a little bit more understanding how pre-aiming around corners. You got to really know where people are coming from. Right here I just snap on the guy. You got to get good at snapping on people while you're pulling the trigger at the same time and then go ahead and aiming down sight at the same time. Because a lot of times with these guns, the sprint out time is actually faster than the ADS time or vice versa, so that you end up getting a faster shot on your opponent if you actually pull the trigger prior to aiming down sight. Primarily with SMGs, this is huge because the hip fire spreads are usually really favorable. You can actually land that first shot, start melting the enemy before they even get a shot. So right here you can see I'm pre-aiming. Almost pre-firing has come around the corner because I'm pretty sure I know where the guy's at. I go ahead and push this guy because the other guy has a better advantage point. And then this right here, it gets kind of sketched. My teammate jumped in front of my flashbang. But I still kind of play it smart. It looks like my teammate's going around that way. I do land a couple shots and then I get to cover. I did get the kill and then now I have backup. It looks like my enemy team is getting melted completely right there. So now we're able to reposition and kind of move around the map. One of the things that's really tricky with this map is the way the spawns are all the way around the edge of the map. So there's probably about, 7 different spawn locations based off what I remember off the top of my head for this map. So they're constantly moving and rotating based off where all the locations of your teammates are. So you got to be really aware of this. Looks like the guy's right there. He has a good vantage point. I take one bullet and I said I'm out of there. That is a huge part and goes right back to the thought process aspect of the match. I know that I'm not in a position to win that gunfight. The guy has a little bit of better head glitch, better angle, better position, different rifle that's going to excel at that range. So I completely move out of the way. So again, now I'm pushing with my teammate. It looks like the teammate killed someone. And then I'm going to rotate back. Looks like they're all spawning on the opposite side by the little house. And it looks like an enemy just spawned over here to the right side of me. So I got to go ahead and take this guy out, reposition, go ahead and head this way, knowing that they're going to be around here. And then I kind of reposition, go ahead and take them out. And magically, there's someone who wasn't on the mini-map that appears out of nowhere, wasn't even running mountain. You can see he's running airborne, but some reason my UAV passes didn't count for him. So the mini-map is flawed. The World War II mini-map is completely flawed. If you think it's 100% accurate, it's not. I mean, it's a good guide, as you can see there, but in the testing that you just seen right there, the dude was literally not on the map. Came around, flanked me. He might have spawned, and within a 2-second spawn, the UAV didn't pass. I don't know. But at the end of the day, you got to kind of be aware of these things. Sometimes the map's out to get you if you're not really paying attention to where things are coming from. I didn't see that third guy. I didn't know where he came from. He wasn't on the recon plane. There's only so much you can do. There might be connectivity issues. There's a lot of variables when you play this game. So just positioning and playing as smart as possible does not guarantee anything. It's not going to improve you all the way around unless you truly commit to just playing smarter over time. So you're going to see, I'm getting into more gunfights and just kind of repositioning, totally melting people. They don't even have a chance. I mean, for this specific gameplay, maybe I didn't really need the extended mags that much, but there are several other clips that I played while I was actually playing online where I actually got 4 pieces and almost even 5 pieces. I got an assist, 4 and an assist. So the gun, you can actually make sure that you get several people in one magazine and you're able to melt them, destroy them, and continue. So right here, I refill the magazine. I know the kind of where I'm at on the map. I can see where people are at. And then I reload at the right time. Right now, you can see I have 41. I know I'm good. I can get about 3 or 4 people in that one. And then I kind of go up the flank. And I know that guy might be coming up behind me. Go ahead and take out both of these guys. Potato aimed that. That's all me. That wasn't the gun. The gun would have totally demolished that kid. But this is kind of what I'm doing. I got to play with a little bit of fighter pilot. Go ahead and melt these people. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I think I get the last one. There it is. Game over. 19 and 4. Nothing crazy. That's the problem with TDM. Obviously, we slaughtered, but I still only got 19 kills. It's kind of one of those things. Did you enjoy the video? Make sure you drop the like on the video. Go ahead and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Turn those notifications on. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section of the class and as well as playing TDM. Do you like it in this game or do you not like it like me? I just do not enjoy it at all. I'd rather play Kill Confirmed or one of the other 6 modes that are in the game that are favorable. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a great day.